Welcome back to my KEEPUP channel. Baby Reindeer row explodes as viewers brand TV interview where Fiona Harvey outed herself as Martha highly irresponsible and suggests she was exploited for sensationalism and poor taste. A row has exploded over a highly irresponsible TV interview with the real Martha from Baby Reindeer. Shocked viewers said they were disturbed by the program on Piers Morgan and censored, which they branded a painful watch. Baby Reindeer's Martha tonight revealed her real name was Fiona Harvey, but furiously denied stalking comic Richard Gadd and said she would take Netflix to court over the drama. In a bombshell interview, Ms. Harvey, 58, said she had only met the comedian 3 times, and when quizzed on the content of some of the messages she admitted sending him, called them jokey banter. The Scottish woman went on to say she wanted to set the record straight following the Netflix show's phenomenal global success and trolls contacting her online after it began streaming. However, she denied sending him 41,000 emails and scores of tweets and claimed instead it was more like just 10 messages and 1 letter sent by post. In the wide-ranging interview with Piers Morgan, she revealed details of her impoverished upbringing and that she was in a 5-year relationship with a male lawyer. One viewer, called Sarah Lucy, wrote on X, "I'm disturbed watching the Piers Morgan interview with Fiona Harvey. It's deeply troubling to see her obvious mental health struggles exploited for sensationalism and poor taste." Another social media user, called Lucy, said, "Fiona Harvey's fixed beliefs and delusions are clear signs of severe mental health issues to anybody that works within this field. It's clear she's being exploited for financial gain." A third Twitter/X user added, "It was highly irresponsible to put Fiona Harvey on TV." During the interview, Fiona Harvey also admitted she uses 4 phones as I like keeping people on separate phones. Mail Online had until now chosen not to name and picture her. But following her appearance with Piers Morgan, we have decided to publish her picture. The Scottish woman broke her silence in her first ever TV interview with Piers tonight at 8 p.m. She said she met Mr. Gadd 2 or 3 times and said she did call him a baby reindeer. On being outed within hours as the real-life Martha online, she said, "On the internet, sleuths tracked me down and hounded me and gave me death threats. So it wasn't really a choice. I was forced into this situation." She said, "I think he, Mr. Gadd, always wanted this to come out. I don't think I sent him anything. There may have been a couple of emails, jokey banter, but that is it." Asked if she had a message for Richard Gadd if he was watching, she said, "Leave me alone, please. Get a life, get a proper job. I am horrified at what you've done." She said she would absolutely be taking legal action against him and Netflix. She admitted tweeting him 18 times, sending fewer than 10 emails, and sending him 1 letter, but denied messaging him on Facebook. She said she would happily open up her accounts to prove this. She also refused leaving him voicemails. She denied ever being charged with an offense or going to jail, as the show suggests the character Martha does. She added, "I think he's probably made it up himself. Why now? Why didn't he go to the police at the time?" She said, "I think anyone going along and doing this to anybody, I find the behavior outrageous." Asked if she had watched the drama, she replied, "Not at all. I've heard about the court scene, about the jail sentences, and all this sort of stuff. I haven't watched any of it." "You're not curious, too?" Morgan asked. She replied, "No, I think I'd be sick. It's taken over enough of my life. I find it quite obscene. I find it horrifying, misogynistic. Some of the death threats have been really terrible online. People phoning me up. You know, it's been absolutely horrendous. I wouldn't give credence to something like that, and it's not really my kind of drama." She said the interest in her was absolutely horrendous. She said, "I couldn't believe he'd done that. And so long after the first meeting, you know, we're talking 10, 12 years ago, really horrendous." Speaking about her childhood, she said it was a standard Scottish upbringing in the countryside. She said she was impoverished but had a middle-class upbringing along with her sister. Ms. Harvey said, "My mother worked incredibly hard. My parents got divorced when I was 9, but she worked like a Trojan." The 58-year-old also revealed she was in a 5-year relationship with a male lawyer. Morgan has already faced a backlash from mental health campaigners and survivors of stalking over his irresponsible decision to interview the woman. Today, the alleged stalker hit out at Morgan, saying she felt she had been set up during her appearance on his show. Meanwhile, Doctor Who writer Russell T Davies fact the BBC would be much stricter about making sure the character was fictionalized. He said, "Compliance and editorial policy drives us mad here, but I sleep at night." The rest is entertainment. Presenter Richard Osman added that Baby Reindeer could be patient zero for Netflix's Department of Compliance. An executive producer from the show's production company Clerkenwell Films said it and Netflix had made sure the woman's true identity could not be discovered from the show. The producer told the Mirror, "We've taken an extreme amount of care that they couldn't be identified and that they are presented with understanding." They added that a choice to come forward herself was out of our control and said they were not allowed to contact her before the show aired. The producer said, "What we tried really hard to do was make sure that Martha was portrayed in a way where she's not the baddie and Richard's not the goodie." Told the Mirror, "We've made sure, and Netflix's legal team has made sure, that." Before the tête-à-tête with the celebrity interviewer even aired, the woman went on the offensive, saying she is not happy and felt she was being set up by the interviewer. Describing the 30-minute grilling as a sparring match, the alleged female stalker has accused Morgan of trying to trip her up with his questions. "Piers kept saying to me, 'Are you sure you haven't sent this guy 41,000 emails and phone calls?' A lot of the interview, for a good 10 minutes, he kept coming back to this," she told the Daily Record. "I said, 'Look, even if I had sent some emails, it doesn't mean I'm guilty of the rest of the stuff. As I said, in order to bill something as a true story, it's got to be pretty much 100% true.'" She added, "It seemed to me that I was set up. I feel a bit used." The Piers Morgan Uncensored special is airing on the broadcaster's YouTube channel, which has 2.58 million subscribers. The woman will be looking to set the record straight as she breaks her silence following Baby Reindeer's global success, the preview said. Before her big interview, she paid a visit to celebrity hairdresser John Halla, who has styled the Barnetts of A-listers Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sigourney Weaver, Elle Macpherson and Kate Moss at his salon in London's Canary Wharf. Speaking to the Daily Record, she claimed she was paid £250 for the interview and had turned down requests from the likes of This Morning to talk about Baby Reindeer. The chilling real-life drama was inspired by the ordeal suffered by Scottish creator and leading man Richard Gadd, who was called Donnie Dunn in the show. Working as a struggling stand-up comic, Dunn first meets his stalker after he offered a crying stranger a cup of tea while he was working at a bar in London. Things rapidly turned sinister, with the series claiming Martha bombarded the 34-year-old from Fife with more than 41,000 emails. She also sent him hundreds of tweets and flooded his phone with hours of voicemails over an alleged 4-year campaign of terror. Posting ahead of the show, Morgan said, "The real-life Martha from Baby Reindeer breaks cover and gives me her first TV interview about the smash-hit Netflix show." He added, "Is she a psycho stalker? Find out on Piers Morgan Uncensored." Baby Reindeer has proven a surprise smash for Netflix, having been viewed more than 60 million times in the first month. Riding on the show's phenomenal success, the cast were pictured attending a swanky screening in Los Angeles on Wednesday. Richard Gadd and Jessica Gunning, who plays Martha, beamed as they posed arm-in-arm and joined Nava Mao and others for a Q&A on stage. However, the show's runaway success has been far from a joy for the real-life Martha, who claimed she had been left a victim by its surprise popularity. Speaking exclusively to Mail Plus last month, the woman insisted she was not a stalker and said, "He's using Baby Reindeer to stalk me now. I'm the victim. He's written a bloody show about me." She accused Gadd of having main character syndrome and claimed she had faced bullying as a result of the show and was now considering legal action against him. "He always thinks he's at the center of things. I'm not writing shows about him or promoting them in the media, am I? If he wanted me to be properly anonymous, he could have done so. Gadd should leave me alone," she added. Gadd claimed he went to great lengths to conceal the identity of the woman who stalked him in real life. Despite the comic begging fans not to search for the real Martha, internet sleuths went on to claim she was the inspiration for the character. In the series, after Gadd meets his stalker at the bar, things soon descend into chaos. It sees him being regularly followed at home and work, and tracked on Facebook using 3 fake accounts. He told The Times, "At first everyone at the pub thought it was funny that I had an admirer. Then she started to invade my life, following me, turning up at my gigs, waiting outside my house, sending thousands of voicemails and emails. It developed to terrifying lengths as the crazed fan got closer to her obsession, including her turning up at his gigs, his workplace, and bombarding him with messages." The actor and comedian was subjected to a campaign of obsession by the woman, known as Martha, that manifested in 41,071 emails, 744 tweets, 106 pages of letters and a staggering 350 hours of voicemail. He says it was years before the police eventually took his complaints seriously and 6 years before they finally intervened, something which prolonged the agony for everyone involved, including his relatives. The police told him at the time that unless his stalker became physically violent, there was little they could do to resolve the issue. He has said he still finds it hard to trust people and has had every therapy going. He added that the years of being stalked have left him with something like PTSD. For the Netflix role, he lost weight to match his 10.5 stone neurotic self at the height of his own stalking nightmare. Gadd says he's currently single and is more cautious of people because of the campaign of terror that Martha inflicted, saying, "It takes me a long time to trust them. Before, I entered situations with such abandonment and I got burnt." However, performing a version of what happened to him has enabled him to have ownership of the trauma. Gadd earned a Fringe Award for his show, also called Baby Reindeer, in 2019. Speaking to The Telegraph in 2019 about the one-man show that he wrote after the ordeal, which is currently on at London's Bush Theatre, he said, "It was debilitating beyond belief. I'd listen to her voicemails and just feel my eyes welling up. They were tears of frustration. Proper brain-heavy stress." Source: dailymail.co.uk. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.